Broadway. Broadway is one of the longest roads in Manhattan, and it runs in a slanted direction north to south. At one point, it crosses 7th Avenue, which also runs in a north to south direction. The reason why it runs in this slanted direction is because it was one of the original roads traveled by the early Native American Indians and still exists to this day. Broadway and 42nd Street is called Times Square. The name originated from the fact that the famous New York Times newspaper building was once located here. This is the spot where the pulse of the city can be felt. Chrysler Building. The Chrysler Building was built on a theory that it would be the tallest building of its time, even though it was temporary. It was the first building to use metal plates for the exterior walls. They used the same metal that Chrysler used to build cars. Many New Yorkers have a strong attachment to this artistic New York landmark. In the middle of the hustle and bustle of Manhattan lies the vast open space of Central Park. It is 840 acres of parkland with the sights of peaceful horse-drawn carriages and the sound of birds chirping. It takes you to another world inside a busy city. Natural History Museum. The American Museum of Natural History is one of the world-famous tourist attractions of New York City. There are 4 floors of exhibits in this large building. It shows all aspects of life from the beginning of time to the present. Lincoln Center. Operas and concerts are performed live on stage at the Lincoln Center by artists from around the world. The Metropolitan Museum of Art is a universal museum located in New York City. It has works in every category of art in every known medium from every part of the world during every epoch of recorded time. Fifth Avenue is a street that is world-renowned for the large number of expensive brand-name shops. With the beautiful display windows, the famous shops are lined up alongside each other, one after the other. The Rockefeller Center. Rockefeller Center is a complex that is essentially a combination of 19 commercial buildings. The famous John D. Rockefeller Jr. developed it between 1929 and 1940. St. Patrick's Cathedral. The St. Patrick's Cathedral is the seat of the Archbishop of New York. It is the largest decorated Gothic-style Catholic cathedral in the United States and has been recognized throughout its history as a center of Catholic life in this country. New York City's landmark and a natural historic landmark, the world-famous Empire State Building has 86 floors and is 1,050 feet high. This building, at one time the highest building made, was built in 1932, and over 3.5 million people visit this structure each year. Madison Square Garden. Madison Square Garden, located in the heart of Manhattan, is the venue for shows, sports events, award ceremonies, and other major events year-round. Battery Park. During the War of 1812, a castle was built where the present-day Battery Park exists. The castle was named Castle Clinton after the mayor of New York at that period. George Washington was the first president of the United States and often visited small pubs during his time as general of the colonial army. The word wall in Wall Street came from the wooden palisade that was erected by the Dutch Bank in 1653 to keep marauding Indians out. The busy street that began to grow on the town side of the wall became known as Wall Street. Ground Zero. Nobody will ever forget the death and destruction of the World Trade Center buildings on the fateful day of September 11, 2001. All people around the world felt the pain of New Yorkers on that day. The Brooklyn Bridge, which joins Manhattan and Brooklyn, was officially completed in 1883. At that time, it was the longest bridge made. For a toll cost of a penny, people were allowed to cross the bridge. This included, along with people, trolleys, horse-drawn vehicles, and even livestock that crossed the bridge. Ellis Island. From 1892 to 1954, over 12 million immigrants passed through the Federal Immigration Station at Ellis Island, a small island in the New York Harbor. Canal Street. During the early 1800s, because of a drainage problem, a 40-foot wide drainage ditch was built in an area which we call today Chinatown, New York City. The largest Chinatown in the United States is located in one of the oldest neighborhoods in Manhattan. Founded in the late 1870s, Little Italy. Just north of Canal Street is a district called Little Italy. You're tempted by the sights, sounds, smells, and the culture of Old Italy. The most exciting location in Manhattan during the evening hours is on Broadway by Times Square. It is a vibrant area with playhouses, restaurants, and shops. It is the City of Lights.